The Bronco is going to be completely different in 2024, and in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why Ford is not going to be putting a V8 in the next generation Bronco. What's up, guys? Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today I'm excited about this video because I eat, sleep, live, and breathe Broncos. We're actually in the top 5 in the entire nation for Bronco sales. Shameless plug, we are a Ford dealer. But I'm going to use that information that I've gathered over the past 20 plus years being in the industry to kind of give you guys an inside look as to what you can expect for the next generation of the Ford Bronco. Now, before we talk about what to expect, let's talk about where we are to this day. 2021 Ford Bronco is what it was debuted as. It was originally supposed to be a 2020 model, but delays, COVID, all that kind of stuff, started out as a 2021 model year. It's a very shortened year, but 21, 22, and 23 were the very first generation of the Ford Bronco. And then what happened is Ford came out of the gate all of a sudden and said, hey, we're not going to be carrying over any new orders into the 2024 model year. If you have an order on the books right now and you do not get scheduled for production as a 23 model year, Ford is going to delete your order and you walk away with absolutely nothing. And what happens is you'll have to get back in line again in 2024 model year, and you're basically starting fresh just like everybody else, like you have not waited a single day. We can argue all day long if that's the right thing or the wrong thing to do, but I do think it's probably a good idea for Ford to have a clean slate, a clean refresh on the new Bronco. But why would they go through all of this heartache to start fresh if they weren't also going to be starting fresh on the vehicle itself? So I really believe that 24 model year will bring a mid-cycle refresh to the Bronco. Now, what do I mean by that? I believe you might see a different grille, maybe a different hood, maybe some, different fenders, some things like that, some small minor changes to give the Bronco that fresh look. And why would they be doing this so early? Well, you got to realize that Ford plans these product lines out years and years in advance. It's not something that gets decided on, oh yeah, hey, in 6 months, let's come out with a new. That's not how Ford does things. They have to methodically plan this stuff in advance. That's also the same reason they keep it very, very secret, and the reason I, technically speaking, don't know what I'm talking about. But I've been in the business long enough that I've seen the patterns, and I'm here to share those patterns with you today so you can kind of know what to expect when it comes to that next generation Ford Bronco. So let's talk about the biggest changes that you can see, and I really believe Ford is going to be consolidating the trim levels significantly. Right now, you've got a base model, Big Bend, Black Diamond, Outer Banks, Badlands, Wildtrak, Bronco Raptor, and I feel like I'm missing one, but hopefully I got them all. Oh, Everglades. There's just so many different choices. And keep in mind that that vehicle, the Bronco, is also made on the assembly line as well as the brand new, all new Ford Ranger. How that ordering complexity has got to slow that plant down somehow, some way. So Ford can reduce the number of trim levels, reduce the number of options, variability, not necessarily reduce the number of options, but reducing, hey, if you want this particular option, you get this trim level. If you want this option, you got to get this trim level, and just make it to where it's not as highly customizable. I remember years and years ago, Ford came out with a stat that they said that there was well over 10 million orderable configurations on the F-150. Now, I know this is a Bronco related video, but the idea is still the same. If you have a ton of different orderable configurations, that slows down the plant as far as the supply chain is concerned. How many parts does Ford need to predict is that you will not be getting a brand new motor for the Bronco? The 2.7 and the 2.3 are great motors, and I don't think those are going anywhere for the normal Bronco. However, hopefully we can see an updated engine in the Bronco Raptor. What do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about the F-150 version of the Raptor for a second. Right now, for their year model, they have a Raptor and a Raptor R for the F-150. How cool would it be for 2024 to have a Bronco Raptor and a Bronco Raptor R, having a race version or a V8 version of each, the F-150 and the Bronco? That would be absolutely epic. And I think Ford could probably pull that off. However, do not expect a V8 in the normal variations of the Bronco. And I will have to say that I am of the belief that the 2.7 and the 2.3 more than adequately gets the job done. It's got plenty of power. Really, it's more about the gearing of the vehicle than it is like a fun redneck like I am and just want more horsepower. then a Bronco Raptor R would definitely be the way to go. And if that happens, that's probably the only vehicle I could trade my Bronco in on. And so guys, let me know down below, what do you think about the next generation Bronco? What do you think we can expect? What do you think is on the horizon? Because I'm sure of it that Ford has got something up their sleeve. I just don't know what it is. So leave those comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions, hit those down below, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single video. Peace.